This one gets swung out here once again to Cable. Cable looking at his options, closely pursued is Ian Engler. Engler's got the disc trapped on the forehand sideline. Hawkyard feeds Johnson. Johnson on the doorstep, being marked closely by Watt. Breaks it to Babcock, and Babcock finds number 15. Patel swings it over to Sadok, who is throwing it on the run. He is so quick. This one is aired out, and this one goes over the head of Orion Cable. How that happens, I don't know. Sam Van Duzen looking for a way out of it. Finds number 51, who airs this one out, and it's a score! And now Max has it in the middle of the field. He's got a cutter in the form of Colicchio, getting a lot of touches. He goes over the top with the hammer. He's got Tom Edmonds, and he comes down with that disc for the Thunderbirds' third goal. So, it wasn't a but then decides to take it. Now it finds itself in the hands of Connor Newell. And Max Shepard somehow manages to pull this down, and looking deep sees Colicchio. Willie Stewart arrives too late. This finds Johnson at midfield. Owen Watt marking him. Now it's in the hands of Nick Patel. He floats one up, and this one could be a contest. Van Duzen underneath it. There are a lot of tall guys, and one of them comes down with it. And that is the Giant. And unfortunately, there are 14 seconds left when the Thunderbirds make a careless turnover. Owen Watt on the mark on McCann. He manages to put it out into space where it is run down by Kerman Faber. Now Hawkyard has it. He's met by a double team. A saving catch, and then from the ground, Johnson manages to get it off to Kerman Faber again, and we're going to see whether or not that one counts. Did we get a goal signal? And he starts off with a quick high release break to LaRue, who airs out a backhand. Repperman giving chase. Looks like it's Hawkyard with him. And somehow or other, Anson catches up to it, and Hawkyard pulls it down. Puts it in play on the goal line. Obviously, looks like Colicchio thought that was a little dangerous. Toll has it, and he's got Shep open with a forehand for a goal. And the Thunderbirds break a long scoring drought. Boston arrayed in a vertical stack. Davis Brand at the top. McCann after him. Yudkovich. LaRue. And now it's in the hands of 13, Brendan McCann. He airs it out, looking for Tran in the end zone, and it's perfect over Max Shepard for a goal, and the Thunderbirds slip further behind. Picks up Cable going deep. Now cycling deep is Hawkyard, and Anson sees him. The disc goes up. Anson's got a line on it, but it's getting there quickly, and that was perfectly executed. Yesterday, when I talked to, seals off the easy one, Max Shepard, making it look easy. It wasn't. And now Newell and LaRue underneath it in a battle. Newell jumps a little bit early, I think, as Newell was taking care of things downfield. It's a scuber into the corner of the end zone, and it's perfect. And Yudkovich comes down with a goal from Tran, and I think was looking for Anson Repperman, but it was a low-line drive. Both Repperman and McGilsky had an opportunity, but it fell to the turf. This one goes over the top, bending towards the sideline, and it flattens out just perfectly over Van Duzen, and Gus Haflin pulls it in before time runs out, and Boston clearly wants to make that difficult for the Thunderbirds handlers. But Newell's got a chance, finds Accardi, and he's only got 10 seconds to put it up, which he does. Colicchio's underneath it. Will he be able to pull it down inbounds? And the word on the sidelines from Trevor Bauer and Andrew Miller is they did. So the Thunderbirds end the half. And I know that Pat told me that, you got 32 guys on the roster, and given all the rust, the possibility that injuries might take place, that you're going to need all of them. And so, this is just the beginning, and we see Jimmy Tull going deep. Didn't see who throw it, but he's got plenty of room, and he catches it in front of Ryan Woodhouse for a score. Let's take a look at that. David, I want to thank you for, with Newell running underneath it, and an inside out sent up the line, and a huge leaping grab by Colicchio. He could have run it down. being defended by Van Duzen. Tran, there's a little bit of a roll there, but then Don Robinson settles back in on Pack. Little lefty blade across the field to Angler, and he throws a scuber over the top. Robinson with a very big and impressive bid. Thunderbirds stretched out in the horizontal across the front of the goal line, and now they kind of get into that vertical. Colicchio breaks out, now cuts back to the fourth side. This one goes up around one defender, but it's caught by LaRue, who laces one out into space. Kenny Fridella running it down, but he cannot catch up to a streaking Dean Bullock. And so a very promising point evaporates in the Thunderbirds. McNamara. Now the disc is in the hands of Van Duzen. He airs out this lefty. I don't think there's any doubt about this one. That one traveled good 75 yards in the air, and the air traffic controller, Van Duzen with the backhand force. Looks like the Thunderbirds want to hold that backhand force, but it is broken. Graber puts the defense on Thompson. Johnson with field vision, with momentum downfield. A side stack in front of him, and here we got Rosiano talking about using the big side of the field, and they just keep switching it, trying to find that big side. Sadok working. Pat McMullen stumbles a little bit and is unable to stop that floater from Angler. Picking the disc up is McNamara. He throws a scuber into the middle of the field. Grunts has to dive to save it. And hold on, we've got a call from Trevor Bauer saying it was down. Thunderbirds don't like it. Fans don't like it. Ben Sadok likes it. He throws one up to Johnson. And we should be seeing steady play from this group that's starting to settle in. Blade over the top to Shepard. Perfect blade. And he had Zaccardi, but instead he throws a fade into the corner of the toll. Over the top of Heflin, where it will be put into play by Tom Edmonds, and offense gets another chance. And in asking for it is Jimmy Toll, as the defense had sagged in around the thrower. Max Shepard working hard against Woodhouse, and now he's got company there. Jumps up, seems to levitate in space between McCann and Woodhouse, pulls it down, sends it into space, where Zaccardi brings it in. And even in a lopsided game, we can see why Max Shepard is the talk of. Cooper making a pest of himself against Angler. Watt catches up to Halkyard, who sends it across the field to a wide open Sadok. Alan Grunt's trying to shut this one down. He and Cooper have to sort out. Cooper's got to find his guy. He does. It's in the corner, and the call from Andrew Miller is a goal. So with Tristan Yarder giving chase, he sends it over to his partner Babcock. Moore pulls the trigger, giving chase to it. Oh my goodness! You know he likes to go deep with this one, but instead he feathers one up to Owen Watt, who is a big and inviting target. Owen places one up the line for McNamara, who secures it. And then he is joined by Willie Stewart, sends one all the way across the field. Another fade pattern, and Tristan Yarder with a difficult read. The disc blading sharply towards Andrew Miller in that AUDL sign. All alone, Babcock pulls it in and finds an equally all alone Angler. He laces one to Ben Sadok, who catches it with his left hand. That's his throwing hand. Thing blading away from him. And really nice defense by O'Brien, who makes Babcock work for it. And then ultimately he throws a hammer on the money. And you can see Sadok looking to see if he can run out the clock. He'll probably have to throw one more pass. He does to Halkyard, and he's double-teamed quickly. Grunts and O'Brien around him. He sends it back. The buzzer goes off, and that is the end of the Thunderbirds' first game.